Good morning. Testing, testing. 239. Dude, the Windows 11 fucking Copilot shit keeps popping up and then won't go away. It like Good morning. Good morning, welcome, whatever. Windows 11, hate it. It does this like thing, I don't know, where we hates it. Do you know exactly what I'm talking about, Viata? That thing? And it doesn't go away for like a minute. And even though you click off of it and you're trying to get rid of it, it's like, no, we have to sit here. And then it goes away. It's literally like its own fucking ad running. We've got ads built into our fucking PCs now. I don't even know how to show it to you. It's like, it's ads. I'm literally just being fed ads. Good morning. How are you? Happy day, whatever. Windows 11 is the fucking virus. Windows is the fucking virus, man. That's an American thing. It doesn't happen here at all. Boo. I mean, boo for us, not for you. I don't want you getting this shit, obviously. Clippy 2.0 kind of feels like it. Yeah, because it pops up on top of screens, and like no matter where you click on your monitor, it won't go away for like 30 seconds. And it's just a bunch of, I don't know how to describe it. It's like, you know, on your phone, when you swipe this way and you get all this news shit. Do you know this? It's like that happening on your PC. How do you describe that? Do you know that this? It's that. But it just happens on its fucking own. I haven't gotten anything about Copilot yet. Good luck. Did I roll over a dog? You can't sit right behind me. I love you, but you do it every day. I love you, baby girl. Time for Linux, dude. I have enough problems in my life. I understand, like, the appeal and the concept of, like, here's a system, i.e. Linux, where you can do whatever you want. I just want it to turn on and go. It's a tool for me, you know? I just want every day to come to my PC and it work exactly the way it's supposed to. I don't want to work on it. I don't want to do that. I grew up watching my dad work on cars. Anybody else have like a grease monkey dad? I feel like this is closer for some reason today. Anybody else have a grease monkey dad and like your entire life was just buying used cars? And your dad was like, well, you got to take care of them. You buy them with the 300,000 miles on them. You got to change that oil every 3 hours. That's how you take care of a car. If you're not willing to do that, you don't deserve having a car. I grew up with that. I'm fine. I'm good. I don't want to do that. I just want to push the button and the thing fucking works. I don't want to be like, oh, it's fine because I can get into the BIOS and... I don't care. Just work. Let me play Fallout. That's literally all I want to do. Like, just make my Fallout machine work. That's it. That's all I want. I need to go find 145 briefcases because apparently that's the best Bethesda can do. Fun fact, 239 is the area code for Swiffle I live in. What's Swiffle? You're obviously an idiot. Let me help. Yeah. I just want it to reliably work. Literally, that's it. Yep, I don't need it to be different. I don't need new features. Just work. That's it. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope you all slept in because it is a Saturday. It is a Saturday. We had Faded Friday yesterday. Man, I got very high. So high. But then I had, man, this time of year, doesn't it just feel like the shit on the shit? It's like, it's already the holidays, so everybody's stressed and everybody's like trying to buy gifts for each other or trying to do whatever, travel or whatever. And I have some friends who just like are going through it right now. And I feel like, I just feel bad. If any of you are going through it, we don't need details. You don't have to divulge anything here. But if you're going through it, I'm so sorry. Nobody gets a break. Nobody can get a fucking break. I had a computer dad. He used Linux for decades. The fact that your dad was around for Linux is amazing. My dad died before household computers were a thing. He was a really smart alcoholic too. I don't know what he would have done with computers. He probably would have been into him until, the booze. That's why I did not switch yet too much ever to Windows 11. So it's such a catch-22 because like Windows 11 has actually fixed a lot of issues like that were going on with Windows 10, but it just introduced a whole bunch of new issues. So like, did it fix anything really? I don't know, not really. Since Windows was a thing, it's almost always followed the rule of skip every other major version. There's always a good version followed by a shit version. That's usually the way it goes, right? It's kind of fucked up. The only reason they've not made Linux user-friendly is because they know Microsoft would buy them out or put them out of business if they did. Yeah. My cat did not let me sleep in. He learned how to open my door. Oh my God, cats are so smart though. That's adorable. I've been awake since 3 a.m. Why? Ew. $11 is much better than 10 for me game-wise, but I don't do unusual things. 11 is better. I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's just like trading one flavor of shit for another flavor of shit. It fixed some stuff that's really annoying to me. Like, for instance, Windows 11, I can unplug my mixer, plug it back in, and Windows 11 doesn't decide it's forgotten what audio is. It goes, oh yeah, I recognize that. And it just, like, that's nice. But pretty much everything else sucks. There's a lot of shit in it that they just changed for no fucking reason. Speaking of needing to catch a break, bloody smoke detector decided to start its change my battery, bitch. No, the beep. That's everybody's worst fucking nightmare. 5 a.m. I'm waiting on Uber to deliver the 9-volt battery and a ladder. Oh my God, is it still going? Wait. Oh, Sopal. Oh my God. You're just sitting in it? Oh my God, because you can't fucking reach it to turn it off. Oh, this is terrible. I'm so sorry. That's a nightmare, dude. I hate that for you. New place, super high ceilings. Yep, fuck that. That sucks. I was going to say, you just turn that motherfucker off. No, don't do that. Don't turn off your fire alarms, kids. Or your CO2s or whatever. You know what's crazy? I live in a house that is so small. It's smaller than my last apartment. I hotbox this shit regularly and my CO2 alarm has never gone off. I wonder what that's about. We live in brick or concrete homes. We don't have things like smoke alarms. That's terrifying. Wait, you still need smoke alarms because the things in your home can set on fire. You know that, right? Grease fires. Grease fires from cooking food? Oh. I mean, fuck it. Fuck. To be honest, Snooth, I'm of the opinion in this day and age where we just need to remove all of the warning labels and let nature take its course. I'm not saying I want people burning down. I'm not saying that. I am saying we are overpopulated and the vast majority of the population chooses not to be intelligent. And therefore I don't necessarily weep at their demise. I live in a house that's split in 3 apartments. Our fire alarms go off randomly, so much to the point we don't assume fires when they go off now. Yeah, that was my college dorm. Our fire alarms went off because of steam. So if someone took a shower and opened the door to the showers and steam came out, it immediately would set off a fire alarm every single time. The amount of times I got stuck outside my apartment building and nothing but a towel, obscene. Obscene. Apartment building, dorm room. They don't even sell smoke alarms. I think it's illegal for us not to have them, which is hilarious. We have a CO2 detector right next to the Dragon, and it's only ever made noise when the battery needed changing. Yep. Yeah. Isn't that interesting? Let's remove don't stick your PP in a vacuum warning label. Yeah. I think that's fine. I think that's absolutely fine. Yeah. I don't know. I just don't have a lot of hope anymore. Technology has made us dumb and reckless. Somewhat, yeah. I'm a huge advocate of removing the warning labels and letting nature heal itself. I kind of feel it. I feel it. Have you seen the TikTok about wasp nest being camera? Wait, what? I don't TikTok, so probably, unless it's really good, I don't see it. It's got to be a popular enough TikTok that it makes it to Instagram. which is terrible, but I just don't. I hate TikTok. That shit's so mind-piercing. Need a pull or something. Mine never goes off for weed smoke, but does go off for our wood burner. I don't think ours has ever gone off, which is concerning. What up, BDO? How are you? No golden kappa today? I feel like I'm getting a cold and I'm sad about it. My head feels weird and I feel awfully. You know, the I'm not hot, but I feel a little sweaty and my nose is stuffed. I really hope not. Let's just cross our dicks and that's not going to happen. We'll gather suitcases instead. Cheers. Those fucking suitcases. Okay, real talk, because I haven't been in Fallout for a whole 24 hours. Has anybody found any part of Fallout that's more interesting than the suitcases yet? In Ohio? Wait, have you found the 25 gigs? Did you find them? No, okay. The night sky is phenomenal. That's it. That's all we got. Ours will go off in the middle of the night, and then they set off all the others. It's typically an indicator that I need to change the batteries in one of them. Jesus Christ. Random comment, but I have noticed lately that Google's AI has been more and more wrong and making things up. I believe that, because you know this, but I never pay attention to those AI responses or anything, because they're not coming from an intelligible source. They're coming from the vast majority of people using the app. AI is for people who like talking to mirrors. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, people that like to talk to mirrors are really dumb. And so the AI is learning from dumb people. Intelligent people don't use AI, so AI is not learning from intelligent people. Does that make sense? It's like if you put a kid in the room with the Kardashians, that kid is not going to come out knowing calculus, but the kid could know the word calculus. So everybody's like, well, the kid knew the word calculus. Obviously, he knows calculus. That's how people are treating AI. And I'm just like, I don't think you. Okay. Go talk to your mirror and have a good time. Good morning, Knives. I saw your message this morning. I'm sorry I missed movie last night. I have a friend going through some shit I had to be there for last night. It's sucks. Again, I know I said this earlier, but if any of you are going through shit during the holidays, my God. I don't know why, it just makes everything worse. I think it's because everybody's so stressed on top of it. It's just like life events seem that much more too much. And anybody going through it, I'm so sorry. It sucks. I hope I can distract you a little bit. On your road, there's 2 USB ports going into the back. Do you have anything going into those? I shouldn't know. USB-C or just USB? I'm going to look. Hold on. Oh, wait, yeah, I have a USB and a USB-C. No, I have both going in. That's what's going into the 2 PCs. Sorry. Man. A friend of mine's father-in-law took a big fall and ended up in the hospital, and it's really bad. It's just so scary. Obviously, clearly, nothing's happened to me. I'm fine. My struggle is, how do I be there for my friend? I don't know. It's such a shitty, I just hope everything's okay. Yeah, I'm going to try to take a picture. I can do that. One sec. Knives and I are trying to figure out why. Not figure out why. It's so confusing. So the Rodecaster gives you 16 sources, but it doesn't visually give you 16 sources in Windows. And I can't separate Discord from the browser. And so for some reason, it's either my VOD captures all audio, i.e. Discord voices and the browser, or it captures none of it, which is the black magic. And I can't separate Discord from the browser. My computer thinks they're the same thing. So all of my VODs where I'm talking to people in Discord, the Discord people aren't there. And I don't care how many people are like, but the Rodecaster gives you all these sources. No, it doesn't. It does not visually give me these sources. I do not see them. I need to visually see them. Otherwise, they don't count. Thank you, Silver. I appreciate you. Happy Saturday, Celestial. How are you, love? There are several streams I avoid all December. Oh my God, why? It gives you 9 in Windows. There are 7 are like inputs. It does not give me 9 in Windows. It gives me 1. It gives me 1 visual output and 1 visual input in my audio sources, period. It can say it's giving me 9, but visually it does not show 9, therefore they don't exist. Do you know what I'm saying? 1. Yep. 1 for everything. Good morning, October. How are you, love? Ew. Because they ooze Xmas and I hate it. Oh, they get like overtly into the holiday. Understandable. Some people are really into it. Some people, it's crazy. Some people had like amazing childhoods with Christmases. It's fucking wild. I love Christmas with the right people. I fucking hate it with the wrong people. Some people have an ability to make everything else really miserable. Like, some people literally, you could be in the funnest place in the world and they have the ability to make it the worst experience of your life. I don't understand those people, but they exist. I don't want to do nothing with them, let alone Christmas. But it's fun if you have the right people around. Who have the same values, i.e., it's not just about Christmas morning and $5 million spent on pointless crap you wrapped. In my humble opinion. There's a fuzz in the air. It's coming from my eyelashes. I can sense it. People, there are human beings in this world that by being in their presence, they suck energy out of me, and I choose actively not to be around those people. I don't want to be around you. I don't want you in my presence. You are an energy suck. Narcissists ruin holidays. Yes. Yep. Fast forward 6 months. I got you a book for Christmas. Why are you being a little bitch in July? What the fuck? First off, I thought Santa got that for me, so thanks for that. What up, Barry? What the fuck is behind you? Lights, camera, action, snakes. If you want to get an ugly sweater badge, download a clip. Any clip. Why? Okay. Some people have good memories of Christmas. Others have creamy shits. Creamy shits! Bum, ba, 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 bum, 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 bum. Creamy. Yeah. Aura vampires? Yes. People that like, man, I ran into someone like this recently in a Discord conversation where it was like, no matter the topic, they had to bring up something they hated. It didn't matter. Like, you could mention the weather, you could mention the color of your wall, you could mention the Pantone color of the year, you could mention your coffee, you could mention that your head itched, and their next thing was, oh my God, I fucking hate blah, 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 blah. I fucking hate blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah makes me want to die. And I'm just like, oh, wow, okay. You don't have much. You are sucking out. Off with you. And I just fucking was done. It's such an energy suck. I don't understand how these people, I don't know. Maybe there's people around them that just don't know that you can hang out with people that don't make you miserable. I don't fucking know. Crazy concepts. That's how I feel about Thanksgiving. I've had more fun doing a Friendsgiving than spending time with family more often than not. I mean, I can't remember the last time I spent a holiday with my family, to be honest, Crispy. Arguably, my family has giant big Christmas parties that were great, but they were so obsessed over the commercial part of it, so I seem like a Scrooge to them. Yep. The commercial part drowns me. But I mean, rainbow lights make me happy. I've just broken it down to the most simple things about Christmas that make me happy. Shiny lights make me happy. I lined my hallway with rainbow lights. I think I just like bright, shiny things. They bring joy to my soul, but it literally has nothing to do with Santa Claus or Christmas or anything. I'm just like, ooh, trees, and I get to bring a big tree inside and put shiny things on it. Shiny's fun, sparkly. I love bright lights. It's fun. But that's it. Like, I refuse the parts I'm not into, and I take the parts I want, and I think that's adulthood. I hope you're doing well, Barry. Professional narcissistic forever victim. Forever victim. Oh my fucking God. That's such a good way of... I'm so sorry for any of you out there that are forever victims, and you're feeling victimized by the way I'm talking right now because you're a forever victim, but my God. I know for a fact you've enjoyed at least one thing in your life. You could talk about that thing. I know for a fact it's happened. You had to have. You probably rubbed one off recently. Talk about that, for fuck's sake. Anything. Anything? Oh my God. Forever victim. Ugh. There's nothing I can do about your past. I don't know why you choose to, like, let it rule today. Now, if today is something is bothering you, I can do something about that. I can probably do something about it. I can try my best to do something about that. But, like, I don't know the fuck to do with the rest. I can't do anything about it. So, like, I just end up going, like, okay. What response are you looking for? I have no camaraderie here. Although, based on that video we watched yesterday, apparently you're just supposed to, like, drop trauma before any conversation. I don't know. That was hot. Oh my God. I'm fine. That was a really high hit. I have to be around people. Boo. My mother loved Christmas. Your mom was a fucking cunt. Most of my childhood had good experiences. It was after I grew up and worked retail for too many years that led me to loathing Christmas. Your mom was a fucking cunt. Sorry. I will make her Christmas cookies every year in spite of her. Retail did it for me for a while. I'm glad I've been out of retail. Retail killed the part that I don't participate in, which is the crazy, the economic spoils of Christmas. What is that? I'm just fucking the word. You guys have already said it's the commercialism of it. I just refuse that because that's what I know you did too. Anybody that's worked retail, we drowned it in it. And I won't do that. I don't need anything. Like, if you want to make me something, sick. But, like, I have a food in my belly. I got a roof over my head. I have a soft bed at night. I'm good. It's like, I'm an adult. I buy what I need for the most part. It's disgusting. I hate it. Like, man, Viana, did I ever tell, like, this is not even a long story. It's just one of these weird moments that really hit me hard when I was working retail, is I would hear parents do this multiple times throughout the season. Something along the lines of, Santa's watching, why are you acting like this? Like, the only way you can get your child to behave in public is by using a fake pretend entity that leaves them gifts under a pagan tree once a year. And then likewise, what I got as a kid, you had Christmas this year, how dare you misbehave? Like they're going to go back and take back Christmas or something. Or like it's a threat that Christmas will never come. So then I just got to resent any gift at me. I'm like, don't give me gifts. Because now you want something or I owe you. That's where my brain gets really fucked up. And I hate that part of it. So if I just eliminate that part, I want to have a potluck with friends and play board games. That is I think I was talking about this in movie night recently, which is every single night from 7 to like, 7 to like sometimes, I don't know, 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 11. We go pretty late. My dream is to throw like a Hobbit Christmas party every year where it's just like a Hobbit's spread of food. and we all dress up like hobbits or elves or orcs or whatever, and we sit around and just eat said food and watch the long extended editions of all the Lord of the Rings movies and just get really fucking high on pipe weed all day. That is my goal. Before I die, I'd like to do that at least once. But there doesn't have to be no gifts. I just want you to bring some fucking bread you made. Try to make some bread. That's the gift. I want to see you try to make something. Like, that's fucking fun. You would, Crispy, inevitably you would be invited, clearly. But that's that, and then board games or something. Like, play board games. Like, I'm not one to sit and watch a movie. I put a movie on and I do stuff around the movie. If you hate that, you're not invited. I want to play board games or cards or whatever, and we can bet peppermint patties or something when we play cards. That is my joy. I find zero joy in, like, opening gifts. Really. I hate to say that. That sounds so fucked up to say. That's a lie. I'm sure I've found joy in opening gifts, but that is not my sole purpose at all. I'm not, like, waking up on Christmas morning like, ooh, I can't wait to see what money people spent on me. I'm just like, I want to dress up in some ugly fucking sweaters and sweatpants and be super comfy and eat until my pants don't fit anymore and play games. That's it. That's all I want to do. The rest of it's all foobar, really. So as an adult, I've tried to embrace that. And if people have a problem with it, they're not invited. That's fine. I might knock on your door. You have 2 USB-C to USB-C cables coming to you in like 2. Okay. Thank you? What the fuck? Knives has plans. Excuse me. That was quite a deep burp. Santa doesn't bring gifts to bad girls. You better behave. You want coal in your stocking? And then my mom would tell me a personal story about how she actually got carrots in her stocking one year because she was a bad girl, and that really happens. And I was like, okay. I sadly don't have any happy holiday moments involving the blood relatives. A lot of drama and chaos that wasn't needed. It sucks. However, I can say thanks to the lady love of my actual family, I have plenty. Same. I honestly have pretty much blacked out childhood Christmas events because I don't want to trauma dump. I know there's a lot of you here who identify with this shit. I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm over it. But like all of my childhood holidays were just like, where's the biggest drunk threat in the room? And are they going to hit me or molest me? Stay the fuck away from that person. That was every holiday event ever. Get the biggest clothes on I can possibly find so that no one can see any ounce of my body, and then clock who's the drunk this time. Is it my cousin who is known for exposing himself to children, or is it my aunt's boyfriend who won't stop trying to tickle me in private, or like who's the drunk in the room that's going to touch me in a way I don't like? Clock that person and never get your eyes off of them. And that was the whole fucking holiday. Every holiday forever. So I'm really happy I'm an adult and I can make my own goddamn traditions, because none of that's okay. At all. It was, but I'm fine. Like, I see it as like, what a fucked up instance to raise kids in. Sure, glad I turned out okay. That's how I view it. I don't resent any of it. Like, alcoholism is an addiction. It is rampant in my family, nauseatingly rampant in my family. And I wish the best for all of them. But as an adult, I have seen none of them since the moment I turned 18. I have not seen anyone outside my mom, dad, and my sister. Because I choose not to, because fuck them. I'm an adult. Hide in a back bathroom that's typically off limits, or that weird office in the garage, which was always a gamble, Mish, because like, yeah, you're isolated and no one can find you, but if that person finds you, you're isolated and no one can find you. Relatable? Remember the good old days when everyone was like, that's just pervy Joe. We just don't let the kids around him. That's sarcasm. Sorry. I know it's hard to tell first thing in the morning. Super sarcasm. Where's my grinder? There you are. I love Christmas socks. Dude, Christmas socks are literally one of the best gifts anyone can give anyone. Christmas socks, soaps, and lotions. I'm very much into fun-smelling lotions and soaps. Don't give me the baby hooker stuff, but like, you know, little shits like that. That's fun. I like that. Those things that are under $10. Yeah, candles. Pointless shit that I don't buy myself. But like, if someone is literally putting themselves out because they think I need gifts, man, show up and eat my food. That's literally all I want from you. Show up and eat my fucking food. Christmas. That's what Katie Christmas is going to be. Show up and eat my food. That's it. You bring anything and I'm sending you back to your car. Here's the deal. When I grow up, when I have my big kid house and I have room and can do it, I'm going to have a real tree. If you bring something to put under that tree, we're going to light it on fire with the tree. So it better be fireworks, bitch. Give me a show. Because in good Noel tradition, you burn the tree. Oh, food, of course, yes. Yes. Food, absolutely soulful, yes. Food, board games, things to share, snackies, drinks, Mary Jane Wannas. Yeah, all of those things. Those are absolutely acceptable. But, like, I just don't like the idea that someone had to go think about me and buy stuff. Not showing any of your body, that's my kink. Same. Every holiday event was going through the motions, yeah. Smile, look cute, not too cute, though. Look skinny, but, like, not too cute. Again, not looking for empathy. I'm fine. I'm so over this shit. I look at it just like I look at it kind of like an outsider looking in, which is really bizarre. I look at my childhood and those events like, oh, fuck, dude, what a shitty situation to bring kids into. But I don't take it like, I can't believe you did that to me. Because, like, I have 8 siblings and, like, 50-something cousins. There was a lot of us brought into that. A lot of us. And there's a lot of you that were brought into situations like that. Like, a lot of kids go through crap. Doesn't make it right, but, like, for all intents and purposes, hold your comments. I think I ended up pretty okay. Knock on wood. Just considering, like, when I look back at some of that shit, I'm like, God, I should be on drugs. I should be on something so much more serious than this. Holy crap. It's why grown-ups in my family I do see on Christmas. We do Secret Santa and just get the person something they want and not would get themselves. I love that. I love, I dated a guy whose family did a white elephant, but it had to be thrifted. Like, just shit. It was hilarious. The weird, like, I remember one year I won an elephant that was a planter, but the planter was just its ass. Like, someone scooped its whole butt out and decided that was the planter. Like, just the most ridiculous. That was fun. That was hilarious. Thanks, Silver. I appreciate you. I feel okay. I mean, everybody gets sad once in a while, but, like, for the most part, I'm all right. I would do all the cooking for something like this. Real talk. Dude, I'd want it to be one of those situations, Crispy, where, like, everybody's in the kitchen, like, sipping on a glass of wine and taking their food out and preparing it, and everyone's excited. That's my craving, because, like, that's the best when everybody's part of it. Not that I mean, real talk, this is a friend place. The idea of a chef makes me want to vomit. The idea of sitting around waiting for food makes me literally want to die. Like, almost more than the presents. If I'm not participating and actively busy, I'm cutting it off. Like, if you're like, oh, I don't need any help in the kitchen. It's done then, yeah? Must be done. Take it out. That would be the situation. You know what I'm saying? But, like, clearly with direction. But, like, you know where, like, this is, I mean, I remember this from when I was very, very young, before the alcoholics of my family became old, nasty alcoholics, when they were still a little bit young. It was like everybody brought a dish, and everybody was just standing around the kitchen, and I was a little kid at everyone's knee height, and everyone was standing and gossiping and laughing and taking their dish out, whatever it was, their hot dish, putting it in the oven, arguing over oven time, and things were just popping out of the kitchen at different rates, all different kinds of glassware, all different kinds of serving dishes from different houses, and it was like you got a story from everyone's house in each bite. I miss that. And then people were all of a sudden uppity and they were like, well, we don't want to do potlucks anymore. I'll just host. You guys can sit in the living room while I cook. No offense to the chefs in chat. Worst nightmare. Worst nightmare. Can't remember the last time I went to a no, I do. It was when the power went out. But normally I don't even like going to restaurants because I can't stand the idea of being waited on. It freaks me out. I don't like it. But the thought is nice. Can you bartend? I do love a fancy cocktail being fed to me like a little bitch. It's like the family and community, and it's the learning. So, like, you know me, Crispy, like, I don't know shit about shit other than what I learned watching cooking shows. For me, it would be like, I'd be in there like, oh my God, what is that dish? Tell me how you made it. Tell me how you're heating it up. Can I help? But, like, learning about it is part of it for me. So, like, when I was a kid, my Nana's kitchen was real small and circular, and there was an island right in the middle, and I would plop my ass on the island and just listen and talk to all the women in my family. I wasn't allowed to help because kids were not allowed in the kitchen, but if I stayed out of the fucking way, I loved that because it was always like, well, this is how my mom made it. This is how my dad made it. This is how my mom taught me to cut them. This is, like, the recipe says this, but you'll see I scratched it out and I wrote this in because this is what my mom taught me. Like, I'm sure we all have that, right? Like, my mom makes almond roca every year for Christmas, but I guarantee what she makes is not what you're picturing in your head right now. What she makes is actually called, like, hard crack or something. It's the hard sugar toffee that you make to make almond roca, but you pour it over tin foil that is buttered and covered in crushed nuts. And so the toffee gets pressed into, so the nuts, like, get pressed into the toffee, and then you sprinkle nuts all over the top of it as well, and then you flip it, and there's, like, chocolate involved and whatnot. But, like, that's how my family makes it. So if we were to do something like that, I would bring the almond roca recipe and I would show everyone my almond roca and they'd be like, but that's not almond roca. And I'd be like, it's my family's almond roca. And that's where the story comes in. And that's where food is special, I think. Am I being too sentimental? Too early in the morning? It is. So this is literally, I couldn't tell you how to make it. Like, temperature-wise, it's definitely like this. My mom just taught me you put the sugar and the butter in the pan and you stir with this wooden spoon until it feels like this. You pour the slivered almonds in, you keep stirring until it feels like this, and then you pour it out on a giant piece of tinfoil that's been buttered, and then you smear melted chocolate all over it, and then you sprinkle basically walnut dust. You put walnuts in a blender and blend it up until they're nothing, and then you sprinkle that all over the top of it, and then you put a piece of buttered tinfoil on top of it and flip it. It's huge. It's like massive chunks of it. You flip it, and then you do the same. You do the chocolate all over it, and you sprinkle the nuts all over it, and then you let it cool completely. And once it's completely cool, you take a knife and you crack it. And the natural shatter of it is how you put it in the tin and you give it to all your friends. And it's fucking delicious. My family has made it every year since before I was born. It's almond roca. But it's not, like, in my 30s, someone introduced me to almond roca from the tin. Disgusting. I don't know what the fuck that is. It ain't the same. I don't know what that is. That's not almond roca. That's not my family's almond roca. But I was watching a YouTube video about the different types of toffee recently, and they talked about the toffee my mom makes for almond roca, and I was like, oh shit, weird. It's called something crack, because I think the oil in the nuts make everything harden different, so it, like, cracks. Is he nesting? Now he's on the floor. He gave up on the nest. He probably buried a bone in the couch. That's his new thing lately. On the cruise I took with my family, I felt weird leaving my plates on the table for someone else. I can't. They didn't even have somewhere to take your tray. I hate it. I hate it. That feels weird. When they're like, oh, just leave your plates on the table. No. Mom said no. Mom said that's inappropriate. What are you talking about? Sure, 30 years ago, but still inappropriate. What are you talking about? That's not it. They're both very handsome. They're both exhausted because I had them outside in the snow all morning. I guess I'm weird with all the things taken from me during the holidays. It made me want to give more to people, especially during the holidays. Are you giving if they're not in need? Or are you passing on the burden of clutter? That's all I'm going to say. I think I know a lot of amazing givers in my life who have that same attitude where they're like, well, I want to give to you, therefore, like, just take it. And I'm like, I've literally sat down and I'm like, who are you giving for? Is it under the guise of you just don't know what else to do to show friendship? Or are you giving out of the actual kindness of your heart and you found this amazing, unique thing you really thought I needed in my life? I live in a very, very small space, and I have to be very, very responsible and mature with the amount of things I bring into my house because there is literally no space for anything anywhere ever. I can't take clutter on. So if someone was to do that to me, that's a burden. You gave me a burden. If I have to buy a suitcase to get home with all this shit you bought me, what's happening? I'm 37 years old. What do I come off as hella lacking? Like you know what I mean? Just think about it. Gift responsibly, but also always accept. I mean, a gift is a gift. Like, that's amazing. Accept gifts. But to those who love to gift responsibly. Clutter is shit. My bestie pebbles me, but it's passing the burden. Pebbles? What's pebbling? Like, here's a pretty pebble. Battery replaced. Oh my God. Are you going to sleep now, Sopal? How do you feel? Someone's dog decided to find a stick. My dogs do that all the time. Called out. No, I'm gonna make sure it's need or actually want. I'm just saying, I know, like, you're not a bad person for wanting to gift someone, but a lot of the times, like, the biggest gifters I've ever known in my life are hoarders, and the holidays are an excuse for them to not hoard, but still imbibe in their addiction. Do you know what I'm saying? And I know I'm the complete opposite in that I'm very much a purger. I love to throw shit away. If I don't need it and it's not in current use and I don't have room for it, it's going to a donation facility. Like, I'm not keeping it because I do have such a small space. But I would, you know what I mean? I like to pick gifts based on things that I know someone would need or can use and makes me think of them. Yeah, I try. I mean, it's impossible sometimes, but like, if someone really wanted to gift me, like if a friend of mine was like, I desperately want to get you a gift, I would ask them like, how about instead you buy a year's worth of tampons for the local women's shelter? Or buy them for me and I'll donate them. That means way more to me than anything. Like, you want to buy me a $40 pair of socks from Bombas? How about you take that $40, get 100 pairs of socks and give them to the local shelter? These are the number one most requested items in all shelters across any big city in the wintertime. Warm socks, just clean fucking socks, menstruation things. There are people out there that are menstruating and have no way to care for it. They're literally wadding one-ply toilet paper up in their underwear. That's sad. That's horrid. Do something like that for me. That's what I would tell people. And I know that sounds so altruistic and lame, but I can't sleep at night sometimes because I think about these people going without. I'd much rather we help someone like that. Donate some coats. That's more important to me, I think. $40 for socks. Have you looked at these Bombas socks that everyone's fucking sponsored by? I can't remember the last time outside of running socks that I spent that much money on socks. It's insane. You can go buy packs of 20 pairs of just clean socks on Amazon and shit like that. Like, Amazon's the devil, but there are people who don't have clean socks. My God, let's get them some fucking socks. We do what we can, right? What I do, if you're just like, how do I do this regularly? Like, one thing that I like to do is you can go on Amazon, you can do this subscribe and save feature. So I called the local shelter downtown, the women's shelter specifically, and I was like, what do you need? Do you need volunteers? They do need volunteers, but unfortunately they always need volunteers like while I'm working. Which is probably everywhere because everybody's working in the middle of the day, but they really need volunteers in the middle of the day. I was like, all right, monetarily, what can I do? And they said socks and feminine products. Those are the two most requested things you can absolutely donate. So I did a subscribe and save. And what happens is 4 boxes of tampons are sent to the women's shelter once a month. And it's just auto charged to my account. Little things, do that instead. I love fun socks. Don't get me wrong, but I have socks. And there's people that don't have socks. I don't feel good wearing fancy socks when there's people who don't have socks. Man, I saw that day that we didn't have internet the other day. Me being a bitch, being such a fucking self-entitled little cunt about it. Like, oh my God, I don't have internet. Worst day ever. So we take ourselves to breakfast. First off, major privilege that I even can do, let alone afford, is go out to breakfast. What up, Vex? Thank you for that resub, by the way. Go out to breakfast, and we're sitting in a window, and the whole time I'm watching this man, it is 20 degrees outside, maybe 18 degrees outside, and all he has is like what looks like a child's flannel and scrubs. and flip-flops, like slides, like Adidas slides on. And he's pacing the sidewalk begging for money. And that is everywhere though. It's fucking everywhere. Everywhere. But I guarantee people will be lining up at Target to buy the newest Stanley Cup for $35 or whatever the fuck those cost. And literally, they'll go home and complain about the people who were begging for money while they waited in line to buy their Stanley Cup at 5 a.m. The world boggles me. This is why I smoke. I can't, if I think too much, I get really fucked up about it because it's just really fucked up. There's so many people who hard need out there. Hard needs for stuff we really take for granted, I think. So like, that's my request this Christmas. Please, if you don't like donate in the name of people, and when they're like, wow, what a weird gift, be like, what did you need? Because that fucker doesn't have socks or a home or clean running water or a toilet to reliably shit in. Go on. Tell me about that gift you needed. Not that any of us are that people, but I know we know those people. Bombas gives a pair for each pair you buy. Oh my God, yay! I didn't know that. I just used them as an example because they're really expensive. So expensive, but you're not receiving the entirety of what you're paying for, which is dope. Have you heard that Bo Burnham? There's a Bo Burnham stand-up that makes me think about every time some company's doing that. How come I have to buy a pair of socks for that company to feign interest in people who don't have socks? If that company gave a fuck, wouldn't they just like give some socks away? Bo Burnham has a stand-up about it where it's like, stand with Coca-Cola against AIDS. Like, if Coke, why do I have to buy a Coke for Coke to do anything? Does Coke actually care if it's monetary like that? I don't know. I get, again, really fucked up about this shit. My brain is a madness place. The world and capitalism make no sense. The more I try to understand, the more I'm confused. Shireen, seriously, that's a good sign. According to my therapist, what she told me was, because I get wrapped up in that too, like, I feel like in order to fight something, I need to understand it. And my halt is like, I can't understand it. I can't wrap my mind around the way some people think for some reason. And my therapist has hard stopped me in my tracks to remind me, like, sometimes it's a really fucking good sign that you can't wrap your head around the way they think or their actions. It means that you would never fucking do that atrocity. It means you're literally hardwired to not be that fucking horrible chode of a human. Amazing. Like, we should revel in, like, I really icky. Yuck. I can't understand that. And probably a good sign. Same thing with the would you like to add a couple dollars to your purchase for insert charity here. Bitch, you're a huge corporation, do it yourself. Same. How come I have to shop here for you to throw in a couple dollars? Why didn't you just do that? The most current example I can think of is when those horrible floods happened in Texas, and H-E-B, the grocery store, just gave. That's it. They didn't do a thing where, like, if you shop at H-E-B, we'll give one sleeping bag to each kid for every sleeping bag you purchase. No. H-E-B just stepped in and they're like, all right, flood victims, what do you need? Food, water, clothing, let's fucking go. And they just did it. H-E-B, the grocery store chain, helped more than the state of Texas helped these people. It was fucking crazy. But, like, that's the shit right there. You saw a problem, you gave. Look for the givers and the helpers, right? Isn't that what fucking Mr. Rogers said to us all as youths? We are the youths of Mr. Rogers. Look for the helpers. But the conditional helpers, we've been all trained to think that's normal because we were all raised by narcissists. So our parents going, if you're a good girl, you get Christmas presents. That's where it's Christmas, you get presents. That's where it should have been. Do you know what I'm saying? So we're all conditioned to be like, oh yeah, I should shop there because if I shop there, then they'll help. Why are we not just giving socks to people who don't have fucking socks? Good stretch idea. The last 2 days, I feel like I can't stretch enough. You ever have those days where you lay down in bed and, like, no matter how much you stretch, you could stretch more and it feels amazing? Ugh. Me for 2 days. same thing that, yeah, it's odd. You actually just inspired me. I'm always so awkward when I can speak. When folks ask me, what do you want for Christmas? And I don't need anything from, so I'm going to pull a Katie. I'm going to tell them to donate for me. Do it. It's the best you can do. And if they look at you funny, like, the amount of looks I've gotten for that, like, people, it's really weird that their gut response and reaction on their face is anti-altruism because they don't want to be judged for that, because there's such a weird connotation around, like, oh my God, you give to a charity. Yeah, what? Yeah, I give to those who don't have. Are you kidding? Is that a question? Like, you guys, I grew up with 8 siblings and not a lot of money, and we still went, and I don't even know if this exists anymore. Probably not. But when I was a kid, my mom would take us to the mall, and there would be this giant Christmas tree covered in ornaments with a kid's name on them. And my mom would be like, everybody pick one ornament, and we'd all pick one ornament off the tree, and then you'd take it to a desk, and this lady would give you a Christmas list that was a kid whose family was, poor. And you could go shop for this kid. And we did this every year. And it was like, these people, like children, like 4-year-olds, like, I want a pair of slippers, socks, the most basic, whereas we're, I want a Nintendo 64 with the mini. These kids were asking for the most basic fucking life things. And as a kid, that hit me. And it still hits me as an adult because that's not going away. There's still people out there that can't afford Christmas. I'd rather them have it. Kids need a Christmas. I don't need that. I want to set a tree on fire with my friends. Like, I want to take my titties out under the full moon and set this on fire with my lady bitches. That's what Christmas will be for me. After the Hobbit thing, we'll all just be bellies out, fucking titties out, like moon glowing, lighting shit on fire. But kids deserve Christmas. Kids need Christmas. Everyone's invited. Just take your titties out. That's the only, it's not even a rule. You don't have to take your titties out. Everyone's invited. Into Lights? Oh, I love Lights. The band? Or like Lights? Really, the tree thing? It's amazing. My mom still does it, but I think she does it online because I don't know if they do the actual physical tree anymore. The only thing that sucks now is you have to just bring the items to a center. You're not allowed to wrap them anymore, and I'm pretty sure it's because probably shitheads wrapped some really fucked up shit for kids, which is so fucked up to even think of. But I hope it's something out. Still, something like that, because that was such a good program. The absolute resistance to charity is bullshit. Even if you don't have enough money to make a difference, one day of your time can help a company or charity group raise enough money to make a difference, literally. You guys prove that constantly. We've done 3 charities this year, just this year alone. 2 of them, not normal charities we do. And I've been doing this for 10 years now. Like, we did our May charity, which we've been doing since the dawn of time for St. Jude. And then we did another charity for the flood victims of Texas, which Max and Beth headed, and we ended up, what did we raise? Some disgusting number. $70,000 in like 5 hours playing repo or something. It was insane. We raised literal, like, what was it? Buffett dollars, Buffett money. That was crazy. And then we did another one with Metal Meal Meltdown. And what I have found consistently in my history here on the channel is that the ones who give the most are not billionaire fucking oil barons sitting on their money. It is people just like you and me who are just very normal people. We've got maybe a couple bucks in the bank if we want to treat ourselves, but most of the time we don't. Most of the time we give it away or buy someone subs because we're just that kind of person. But like that's what makes up the vast majority of all charity we've ever done, which I think is pretty fucking cool. Because a lot of us have been in need, I think. We know what that feels like, and God forbid a kid feels that way. It is a weird resistance, but there's a snob, I don't know how to put it. It's a snobbery towards people who do charity. And I think it's because people feel bad that they don't do charity and they have the wherewithal to do it. Does that make sense? Like, they have arguably much more resources than I do to do charity. They have bigger audiences. They have more loyal followings from longer, which is crazy considering how long we've been around, et cetera, et cetera. Like, they could, and they actively just choose never to do charity, those are usually the ones that look down on people like me who just constantly do charity. Because they're like, oh my God, what are you looking for? Clout? And I'm like, well, I know what you were looking for. I just worked in hospitals and watched a lot of kids die unnecessarily. Fuck me, right? That's all. Cheers. If they went and told on themselves hard, right, Chad? Give people the chance, they will always tell you exactly who they are. Give people the chance. Leave room, leave space in that conversation. People will tell you exactly who they are. I have learned that in my aged years here on the planet. Max, thank you for the stream streak. We're streaking! Isn't that amazing, Phoenix? That's how I view it. Like, I got, what was it? Oh, it was my recap, my Twitch recap. And our lifetime raised in this channel across all charities, which I know it's astounding because we've done many charities in this channel across platforms. We haven't just exclusively raised for St. Jude over the years. The class holes, you guys have raised $170,000 in 10 years, which is almost sounds fake, but I asked. It's real. We've done that. It is accumulative. That's crazy. And you and I have done that by literally doing a Bob Ross painting class, putting on a fucking curly ass wig and tucking my shirt into some khakis and jeans and painting like Bob Ross. We've done it by failing miserably at making some donuts. We've done it by making cosplays. We've done it by I'm learning cabaret dressed as Steve from Blue's Clues. Like, these are the things that I do that are silly and ridiculous. And like, if I look back on my time on Twitch, it's very weird. But like, what a fucking dent we've made in someone's life, any person. That's amazing. Worked for a NICU is not fun at all. No. Also, I forgot which year it was, but another streamer ordered a saber for me. Oh my God. I completely cut the labor cost. I made nothing on it, just parts cost, and she auctioned off for St. Jude. Fuck yeah, that's what's up. That's amazing. That's very cool. They do. People will truth themselves every time. I always tell myself, because most of my conversation will at some point come down to, I saw this wild shit on Twitch the other day. I don't know, if I don't say what I do for a living, I have no idea what someone would think I do for a living. Because the way my conversations usually go is like, my friend from Sweden told me da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. My friend from Texas told me da-da-da-da-da. My friend in North Carolina told me da-da-da-da. My friend from New York, da-da-da-da-da. My friend who lives in California, my friend blah, 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 blah. My friend in Georgia, my friend in blank, my friend in Australia. All of my stories start with, oh, a friend of mine who lives in Australia, blah, 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 blah. And because I've met so many, we're very international. I cannot think of very many countries that haven't touched base in our channel at one point or another. Countries that are major English speaking, at least. I don't know what people would think I am. A fucking steward, a flight attendant, maybe? I don't know. How else do you get so goddamn international? But you guys are maybe, I don't know, like you guys are just as international because you're just here. How many minutes are in a year? If you've paid your rent, you'll know where I'm going with this. What if you have that many dollars? Would you really be at all bothered giving someone $10 when 10 minutes can change someone's day? You know what's crazy is the people with the more money per minutes do. And it's like, I think that's the only way you can get rich is by hoarding money and not caring about those who don't have anything. I've said it before. I know other people have said it too. I don't think I'd ever, like, no matter how monetarily successful I became, I'll never be a bajillionaire because I can't watch people around me hurt. I would give it all away. Not irresponsibly, of course, but like I would be giving constantly. I just can't watch people hurt and not, if I have a resource to do something or make some sort of difference, I will, i.e. run charities on my channel for 10 years in a row. My chat did the double. Hasn't done that in a while. I see Florida's touched base here, just double it on top of each other. I can come, oh God, Florida here, oh God. When I was dealing with those symptoms, I let too much time pass and let those muscles go to hell, oh God, of your body. It happens a lot faster than we realize, muscle atrophy. For the record, 525,600 is how many minutes you get every year. It's a lot. Be generous sometimes. It's a lot of time. I'd be one of them old rich people that pay for just art, be my Da Vinci right. But like from children, I'll be like, yeah, I'll send you to college if you draw me an apple. 5-year-old to be like, and I'd be like, sick. Here's some tuition. Good job, kid. No shit. Bezos' ex-wife donated $22 million to our local community college. That's a phenomenal amount of money. It's not a bad idea. I'm full of great ideas. Like, school lunch for kids until they're 18 should just be free. So should, like, healthcare and dental care. Should be just subsidized by the state. In my opinion. Oh, the audacity of her. You know, there's a famous couple that has a lot of money. I don't know who they are. I've forgotten, names escape me. But in California, they went around and they paid a shit ton of lunch bills, like past due lunch bills and like people's lunches for the year and shit like that. It was pretty crazy. I can't remember exactly what it was, but people do little things like that quietly. I mean, they try to do it quietly. I love stuff like that. It makes me very happy. She's been giving away all his money, but she has slowed down recently, I will say. I hope she gave away a shit ton of it. Good for her. Most rich people tend to only give to charity for the tax write-off, maybe not all. Give it away, whatever. It's never going to be, no, I don't know. Asterisk. It's probably unlikely anyone will ever be 1000% altruistic about their actions. Like, bitch is gonna give away billions, but she's gonna keep herself millions. You know what I'm saying? Because the hedonic treadmill. You know, the wife of Bezos, that's life that is comfortable. That's a safe place that she can live, is millions. Whereas to the rest of us, you're just like, oh my fucking God, that's so much money. Oh my God, what the fuck? Whoa, you know, what the fuck lifestyle? I literally don't have any idea what I would spend all that money on. Have no clue. I'd give it away. That's it. I have no idea. It would just sit. But like money makes money. Exactly. And it's that hedonic treadmill of like, you adjust your lifestyle. Like to her who lived a Bezos lifestyle of billions, millions is probably hella modest. She's probably given up a lot of things like caviar and that private chef. No, she probably still has that masseuse. She's given up a lot. Like she's living a different lifestyle that's probably harder than it was before. And that's just facts. I'm not judging. A lifestyle that is harder than what I currently live is easy to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Like is a privileged lifestyle to somebody else. It's all relative. It doesn't matter. That's exactly, Viata, same. That's a great way of saying it. Does it matter why they give? No. Just give it. Give it away. Whatever. I read somewhere that billionaires get more rich when they donate. I believe that because the tax write-off probably. You think she flies commercial? Bezos' wife? I don't know what she looks like. Is she like a celebrity? I think it doesn't come down to how rich you are when it comes to flying and stuff like that. I think it's honestly just how famous you are. Is she like visually famous? I don't know. Thank you for that 35 stream streak, B. I appreciate you. What up, L, my love? When I think of charitable, when I think of a charitable person, I don't think Bezos or Gates. I think of like John Cena. Yeah. He gives, I mean, man, Mark, you bring up a really valid point. Like all opinions aside about wrestling or Cena, what is more valuable than your time? What is more of a gift to someone than your fucking time? Like your human time. Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty poignant, to be honest. Yeah, I had no idea that's what she looked like or who she was. So good for her. Maybe she could fly commercial. I wouldn't have any idea who the fuck she was. She probably owns an airplane though. Like that, you know, not a private. Maybe she doesn't own a private jet anymore. Maybe she like shares one with somebody else. Seen as a super coffee snob. That shit's crazy. Is he really? Does he have like a pour over at home? Is it that level? Yeah, a lot of famous people do that. They do like it's like a timeshare. Like they each own a quarter of it and kind of just like trade it between each other. Yeah, I've read about that a lot. I have good news. I'm going to my first live pro wrestling event on Friday night, a local company. Nice. I got to see a WWF thing way long time ago. I don't want to talk about it. A long time ago. Probably like 15 years ago in Seattle. It was pretty fun though. The energy is pretty wild. NetJet, is that literally what it is? Like a timeshare on airplanes? There you go. I've just seen people talk about it on YouTube and shit like that. There's a video about him talking about his coffee shit. Hey, I have a pour over. I'm just impatient, Jay. I'm just impatient. So just to out myself, I have an AeroPress. I have like just a Potto coffee, fucking coffee, Mr. Coffee thing. I have a Nespresso. And I have a pour over under my sink. I don't use it. I'm just too impatient. I'm too impatient for that. And I have an electric kettle. And I have a frother. Like the pour it in, put the little lid on and turn it on and it goes and froths your milk perfectly. I love hot beverages. But like pour over takes forever. I've just noticed you've got dimples. Oh yeah. They're crooked, I think, aren't they? You know, it's actually just flaws in your skin. Something about the dermis connected to the inner mucosum where it shouldn't have. Dimples. You know the dimples that some women have on their lower back? It's a sign of like a spine disorder. I can take anything cute and make it really sad. I'm going to grab some coffee. 1 second. AeroPress is the best cup of coffee I've ever had, Viana. I don't do it all the time, but it is the best cup of coffee I've ever had. Bill has decided to move very inconveniently under my legs, so I'm trying to not step on her face. I like the idea of flying cheap on other people's jets when they're being chartered. Yeah, I love that. I've had chances to go down to other events, but personal stuff got in the way out of that. Anyway, yeah, Friday night's going to be insane. I'm excited for you. AeroPress is great. You get AeroPress and then get it'll say like, these are often bought together, whatever on Amazon. It's the stack of filters. You get like 5,000 filters. I've literally, I only had to rebuy them because I just moved and decided to throw them away instead of pack them. You'll get so many. Thank you so much for subbing to the class. Keeping the class alive and giving any swings from that motherfucking Prime sub. I appreciate you. Don't forget to use your Prime sub. Speaking of Bezos, he does nothing good for the world. Use his money. Thank you. Yeah. Is it easy to clean? Oh my God, yeah. Mine is under my counter. I don't know where it is. But it's basically like a tube and a little screw-on filter. Those are the two plastic pieces, and then you have a plunger. And that's it. So like you do like, there's a line on there inside the tube. You put your filter into the little plastic filter and you screw that onto the bottom of the tube. And then you put like a scoop or 2 scoops of really finely ground, like espresso ground coffee into it. And then you take your kettle and you pour boiling hot water in there up to the line in the tube. And then you take your plunger and very delicately set it there. And then basically you use your body weight to push it. Like just let your hand and the weight of your arm kind of like push it through the filter. And then once it reaches the bottom, I usually set the AeroPress to the side of the kitchen counter to let it cool off because it's boiling fucking hot. But then all you do is you unscrew that plastic filter and it's like a puck falls out. Like in the filter, like, you know, like if you've ever worked in an espresso stand, you know, like the espresso puck. That's basically what you're creating is a shot of really clean espresso. And then you add your more boiling water. It's like an Americano. You're making basically an Americano, but it is the best. I don't know why. It's so fucking good. Something, something, Bezos, something, something. Every time you forget to use your Prime sub, you're effectively shoving a $5 bill up the greasy G-string of Jeff Bezos, who does nothing but rent cities in Italy to get married to like models or whatever the fuck she does. I have no idea. Steam has been frozen. Oh, there we go. I was going to say, I've been trying to get the game to start for like 25 minutes. Oh, it's happening. Yay! We will be playing Fallout this eve if anyone would like to join us and mob around and find briefcases or whatever the fuck we're supposed to do in Ohio.